So now we'll discuss the sign convention. The sign convention, it is required to do the operation on integers. Addition, subtraction, multiplication and divisions are four operations done on integers. So now we'll consider about the addition. So when we are taking two numbers as positive, two integers as the positive integers, then the result, the sum you are getting positive. So when we are taking one number is positive and another number is negative, we are getting the result either positive or negative. When we are considering the negative value and positive value, we are getting the same result, either positive or negative, depend on the greater sign of the integer. So when we are taking the two negative integer value, we are getting the result, the sum as a negative integer. So now we'll consider about the subtraction. When subtraction we are doing, we have taken two positive integer and we are giving a negative sign, then we are getting the result as either positive or negative, because this positive number before that negative sign, the subtraction sign, it will become a negative number. So we are getting either positive or negative, depend on the greater sign of the two integers. When the next part, when you are taking positive as the first number and the negative as the second number, then we are getting the positive values, the positive integer in the result. Why? Now the negative, the subtraction of the negative number will become the positive, so that we are adding the two positive values, the two positive integers, and getting the result as positive integers. So now the third condition is, when we are taking the negative value number as the first part and the positive values as the next to the second part, then the negative sign will consider as a negative integer in the second part. So this negative, two negative values, when added, you are getting the negative result, negative integer as a result. So the last part is, the last step is, when the two negative integers you are subtracting, then you are getting either positive or negative in the result, because this subtraction sign, it is a negative sign of the negative number is positive. So when you will add the negative and positive number, you are getting either positive or negative in the result. So these two conditions are related to this addition and subtraction. Subtraction is nothing but the opposite of the addition. So when both the integers are positive or negative, both the integers are positive, we add their absolute values and prefix the same sign. If both the integers are positive, we are getting the positive value, and both the integers are negative, we are getting the negative values. The first property, it is satisfied, because the prefix the same sign to the result, because these are same. The two numbers, both the numbers are having the same sign, and in the result you are getting the same sign number. But the second property, when both the integers are positive and negative, then what we are doing? We find the difference between their absolute values. We are finding the difference of their absolute values. What the number is there, we have to subtract, because any one negative sign denotes that there is a subtraction. Any one. If both the negative numbers will be there, then you are adding the absolute values and the sign is that negative value. But when one negative and one positive number will be there will be, you have to find the difference of their absolute values and the sign will be the greater number sign. The and prefix the sign of greater integer value. These two we will consider when the addition you will be doing. Then the third part we will consider is multiplication and division. Two integers are positive, then you are getting the positive values as a product. When one integer is positive and another one is negative, you are getting the negative integer in the product. So any one will be negative or positive, then you are getting the negative values. If the same sign means positive numbers and negative numbers, the product you are getting as a positive. So in the division also the same as it is in the multiplication. When both the divisor and dividend are both the integers are positive, we are getting the positive. If one is positive and another one is negative, we are getting the negative sign. And one is negative, the second part is positive, we are getting the negative. When both are negative integers, then you are getting the positive integers in the as a quotient. So the third property is, if all number of negative integers you are multiplying, all number of negative integers you are multiplying, you are getting the product as negative values. And when even number of negative integers you are multiplying, then the product you are getting the positive values. We will give some example to prove these operations. I will consider the addition. Addition, I will take the first part as 2 plus 2. Both are positive values. So I am getting 4. If I will take 2 plus, no, I will take 2 plus 3. I will take 2 plus 3. So we are getting 5. If I take, the first part is positive and the second part is negative. The second part is negative. Then what you are getting? It is minus 1. Because the absolute values I subtracted, because one is positive and another one is negative. So I have subtracted 3 minus 2, it is 1, but the greater number is 3 and the sign is minus. So the sum will be in the minus 1. In similar way, if the first part is minus 2 and the second part, the second integer is 3, then what will get? You have to subtract 3 minus 2, it is 1, but the greater number sign is plus. So we are getting plus 1. And when both are negative number, it is minus 2 and plus minus 3. Then we will add these two absolute values. 2 plus 3 is 5 and the sign will be the same sign. So minus 5. The remaining concepts will be discussed in the next video. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get the notification of my new uploads on other topic. If you are understanding all the concepts, like my video and share with your friends to get the benefits, and most importantly, don't forget to ask doubt in my description box where you will get my WhatsApp link. Thank you.